Good morning, everyone. Yesterday we are discussing about the Brayton cycle, Stirling engine. Also, yesterday we have covered it. Convection, forced convection, natural convection, and all the topics are covered. So yesterday I was telling you. Today I will be showing the videos of Brayton cycle, Stirling cycle, as well as the solar cells and also the calculator of the solar irradiance. These four videos will be covered and explained here. So here yesterday when we are seeing this thing of the Brayton cycle, this is the PV and TS diagram of the Brayton cycle. The notes is there in the PPT itself, or if you have any doubts, I'll be sharing the notes of all units 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with you. The hard copy of our faculty notes is there. We'll share with you, as well as these videos will be providing the basic information. So here the basic information is this is the PV diagram. So here in the thing you can check it out. The blue one is the air or the compressor. We are just passing in 1 to 2 is the compression. So that is nothing but adiabatic compression. We call it as adiabatic compression. So the line we are taking it as 1 to 2 in the PV diagram. So here parallelly I have taken all the three in one slide so that you will be understanding easily. 1 to 2 compressor inlet and compressor outlet. So that is a process you have to draw. That process we call it as adiabatic compression. Next one is 2 to 3. 2 to 3 is constant pressure heat addition at Q1. That is what we are calling it as heat exchanger. Here we have considered the Brayton cycle as a closed Brayton cycle. Instead of open, we are taking it as a closed one. So here we are having the heat exchanger where the fuel is mixed and also the combustion is going to take place with the air. So that is the process of 2 to 3 is heat addition. 2 is inlet of the heat exchanger and 3 is the exhaust of the heat exchanger. So 2 to 3 is the horizontal line because it is a constant pressure process. It is a constant pressure. So P2 will be equal to P3 at the particular process. So next we are going to 3 to 4. 3 to 4 we are having is nothing but the turbine or the expansion process. So in this thing we are having 3 to 4 is adiabatic expansion and it is following. Adiabatic means constant heat. This all are the cases we are assuming it to be ideal cases. Ideal cases only we are assuming it to be adiabatic of gamma. Gamma is equal to 1.4. So that is the reason PV power gamma equal to constant. That is the expansion process. It is going on. It is coming down. Means it is expanding. Where we are getting the required work output in the generator. You can check it out. From the generator, the shaft is connected. The turbine and the compressor and the output we are getting there. And also we are providing the work from the turbine to the compressor or to run the compressor. So that is the reason the shaft is connected completely. Here we are getting the work output. Last one is so the exhaust gases we are coming back again. The exhaust gases are coming after the work is done or the expansion is done. So we have to ensure this. The compressor diagram must be coming like inlet will be less and from beginning it must be less and the turbine from the beginning till the end it must be expanding. Expanding means the bigger one. So 4 to 1 is constant pressure heat rejection. This is a process we are going to carry on. So here he is trying to tell about this is the diagram of the TS diagram. Previously we discussed about PV diagram. This is the process of TS diagram. TS is nothing but, so this is the PV and next one is we are going to cover is the TS diagram. So in the TS diagram, please remember that curves. So in the TS diagram we are having, so in the TS diagram we are having process of 1 to 2 is what? Adiabatic compression. Means entropy is same here. In the PV we have taken the curve to the top one, but here we are showing it as constant entropy process. And here 2 to 3 is we are telling it as constant pressure heat addition. The horizontal line is coming in PV diagram. Here in the TS diagram, temperature and entropy. Entropy is nothing but function of dQ by T. Q is nothing but amount of heat. T is the temperature. So differentiation of heat by the temperature we call it as entropy according to the second law of thermodynamics. This point is going to cover. Right now we are carrying on for the what we got as like we are not going into the depth in this recording class. So in the live classes we'll be able to understand simple things of what is meant by entropy and all the things will be covered. But entropy, I will tell you one small definition. It is a disorderness in a system. Disorderness in a system, one technical word will be there, is the disorderness in the system. We call it as entropy. So entropy is a function of Q and T. So here we have seen the PV diagram as well as the TS diagram. Here we are going to understand what is the functioning of the Brayton cycle in this thing. So when somebody is asking you to draw the Brayton cycle, you can draw this diagram, PV, TS, and explain the process and explain the basic steps. 1 to 2, the inlet is air and it is going to get compressed. to the particular amount of pressure P2, T P1 and T1. So this is the process we are going to cover, and also we are getting all this process easily. Okay, now coming to the Stirling cycle. Stirling cycle, I'll tell you here while changing that. So this is the function of the Breton cycle. We'll watch this video, and the expression part will be given also easily for you. It won't be that difficult. So here yesterday we are discussing about the Stirling cycle. Stirling cycle is what we are telling. We are telling some heat source will be providing, and it is a reciprocating type engine. Yesterday also we are discussing that. So instead of that one, we'll show the live video. It will be helpful for you to understand what is the concept of it. What is the concept of it? Okay. So here we are going to see the Stirling engine. So what is the function of the Stirling engine? Instead of the diagram and all the notes what you hang in the PPT, instead that if you can see the video, it will be very helpful for you. So the heat source, yesterday I was mentioning the left hand side bottom one, we are supplying the heat source. So that is the thing, we can see it here. So you can observe here, the rotating disc is we are having here. And we can play fast also, we can move forward and we can check it out what are the things we are having. And in exam, while drawing this thing, you can draw this diagram mentioning these parts easily. And based on this movement and what you understood in the video, you can write on your own in the exam. You will get full marks. But the concept must be the same. The Stirling engine concept is what? Heat source is at the left hand, and how the piston movement is going to take place, you can show it in the pencil mark, so that it will be easily understanding for the faculty who are correcting. They'll be understanding, okay, this is the concept we are having. So this is the thing they understood, the student understood. So that is important. Here the matter must be dealing with the concept. So, but not about the grammar or some other thing. Here the logic and the concept is very important. So here when we can see that one, how the functioning is going to take place. Here also is writing expansion of gas when heated and compression of the gas when cooled makes it work. So expansion of the gas as well as the compression of the gas when cooled makes it work. So here this is the process. We are expanding the gas and we are compressing the gas and we are taking the required amount of gas for our utility purpose. So this is a function of the Stirling engine. So once we can play the video, then we will understand how the function is going to take place. Let's see how the displacer piston works. So once you can check it out while playing the video, he's trying to explain it. And all the video links are shared for you in the end of PPT by heading and the link. Heading and the link. If any links are missing, I am sharing in the WhatsApp group. The notes will be shared as well as the PPT will be shared. The links also will be shared to you all. So here is trying to display, tell it hot and cold. Cold is mentioned in the green and the hot is mentioned in the different color of the pink, like that he has mentioned, he has taken here. And the middle thing is nothing but the piston. He's trying to explain it. So here the piston movement is going to take place to and fro. I think reciprocating piston, everybody knows that. As a common point, we can observe these points. So here, don't feel that the videos which you are gathering, we are having plenty of videos in the YouTube. The video which we are identifying must be easily understanding for the student. We can have n number of videos and also student can be very comfortable with other video also. I'm not telling like that this video is only standard one, this is all the thing. In my point of view, for this is the basic level of the thing, what is going to explain you and how the function of this Stirling engine is going to take place. We have multiple videos in the net, which is ideal that we have identified. This test, this takes a lot of time for the faculty to pick the best video for the students. So that is important. So you can check it out in the net if you click, or in the YouTube you can click, "Arey boss, sorry showing only in the YouTube video, what is the special in that?" So once take one video of your example, one topic, and also click in the YouTube and you will see lot many videos, and you can't understand what is they trying to tell you. So the faculty must be able to identify the best video for the students, including the notes and all the things, so that the student will understand. So this takes a lot of time for us, and also a lot of efforts by the faculty also will be done, or also done here. So please try to understand and also cooperate with the faculty. Don't simply say, "Sir, this video is here in YouTube, what the hell are you doing?" or "What the explanation is not given properly," all the things. So here, most of the things we are trying our best in this lockdown times to work hard for you guys. so that the syllabus will be easily understandable. So here you can observe all the things I'm telling, the basic points, what are each point is trying to explain there with the notes, Whenever you're having, all the videos are below 7 minutes or 6 minutes, like that one. And also like solar cells also you can see it's 6 minutes on. Wherever you want to pause it, you can pause it and you can check it out. Okay, this is the bus. Okay, this is going on. This is going on. So please try to understand the efforts of the faculty in these tough times, and also kindly cooperate with us. Hope all fourth years are smart enough. Most of the people will be there in CRT and also non-CRT students, and all the students I request only